Hello everyone, we are John and Kerrie from J&K Aussie Travel. We've retired early to travel Australia. Join us each week on our adventures to see what we get up to. We've just arrived at the Archer River Roadhouse. Gonna have one of the famous Archer River burgers on this. I'm gonna have the chicken burger. Let's see how much fuel is here. We got $2.71 a litre for unleaded and $2.61 for diesel. This is the eating area for the cafe, and the restrooms are just over there. Here's our Archer River burger and our Archer River chicken burger. Let's see how we go with these. It's going to be a feed and a half. These are the campgrounds here at the Archer River. And then you've got some units, overnight units you can stay in just there. Toilets and showers and laundry. They're all nice and clean. But yeah, next stop will be Weipa from here. We've just arrived at Weipa at the Caravan Park here, Weipa Tourist Caravan Park. The road from Cowan to Weipa wasn't too bad at all. There was a few corrugations. We ended up down in the table drain to get away from them. It was smoother down there. Yeah, nothing too bad. Just going to have a bit of a sticky beak around the park. We're on low tide here at the moment, but this is where you come and sit and watch the sunset over there. It should be pretty good. We'll come back and do that. But this is just outside the Caravan Park, or the tourist park. All these sites along here, the best views are all the unpowered sites. There's the kids' playground here and the cafe, on-site cafe. I think it's called Barramundi Cafe. Opens at 5 PM every day. You can come and have dinner here. And while you're here, you can watch the sunset over there.
That's where I went.
John's first cast. First throw with the cast net, and it was perfect. He didn't even wait for me. Look at them all. Very good. I'll go and get the bucket. Today we're down here at Weipa Pier. We're heading out with all fed up, gone fishing. See if we can catch us a big fish. Getting a bit of bait before we go out. Been here already.
There you go, here's a keeper.
John's first
Who says you
mackerel.
need bait, eh?
What did you do? You took the hook.
I had lost my bait.
Yeah.
There's a big
Started
hook.
winding far,
And he took it.
and he took it. Don't stop till you get him to the boat, mate. You'll have the McDonald's factor happen to you.
There you go.
McDonald's factor. You upsize. Too sharp.
Someone's doing a bit of struggling here.
let the shark get it, John. Shh. Don't mention that S word.
Don't mention that word.
What is it?
I know. Could be a cobia, could be.
It's a fish.
And it could be a shark.
Could be too.
Don't know until it's. Oh. Big catfish. Monster catfish. I'll put this away. It's a monster catfish. I'm thinking, yeah, big dolphin.
Poisonous spikes too.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
This one's got spikes on it. Jenny.
Jenny?
Jenny got to go back.
Oh, no, he's on the sides.
Finally got one.
Crabs are right though.
Crab's alright, couple of undersized cod. This is our muddy we got today, mud crab. Whoa, fogged is all up. Gonna get him out of the pot. He just fits in. Into the ice to stop it from ice water, to stop him from cooking. This morning we're going on the mines tour. They're picking us up from the gate here at Weipa at 8:30. Here's our bus. It's just pulled up, perfect timing. That's the pool here too. It's always chock-a-block full of people. A pretty cool four-wheel drive bus truck.
The apron feeders feed the bauxite onto the conveyor belt. Now guys, where we're going at the rail, where the live rail feed is coming in, it looks just like that underneath the ground, but we are going to be parked up above that big steel wall level looking down. But take a look at that infrastructure, because that's exactly what it's going to look like underneath us at the rail. In front of us here you see a little green hut here. This is a substation. Now guys, every area has got its own substation. Now there's nobody in there flicking switches and taking measurements and controlling speeds and so forth. This is all run out of a control room in Brisbane. This guy that I'm talking to on the radio here, he's sitting in an office in Brisbane looking at us through CCTV, and that's where this operation is being run from, out of a control room in Brisbane. They burn 140 litres of diesel per hour while they're driving out on the mine, guys, but they pull a trailer that will have 215 tons of bauxite in the back of it at 63 kilometers an hour. Interestingly enough, you see that they are belly dumpers. You see underneath the wagon there's two big plates that clamp together. They dump on exactly the same principle as the rail wagons that we're going to go and look at now. But also interestingly enough, see how the steering tires have got no tread on them? That's because these trucks all understeer. Now understeer is when you turn your wheels at an angle to the road as you keep sliding forward with all this momentum pushing you down the road, and you slide your truck off the road. Now guys, that's no big deal here in Weipa. The only penalty that you have to pay if you slide your truck off the road is you've got to take a cake into the smoko room for the next day. And you know those little round $5 Woolworths cakes? They eat heaps of them here in the next season. But what you don't want to have happen is come through a period of understeer, turn your wheels at an angle to the road, slide forward, and then all of a sudden have your tires grip the road while you're during this understeer, because that'll jackknife your cab onto your trailer. For that reason, you always run smooth tires. You slide off the road, you buy your cake, no drama at all. Nobody even gets out of the trucks when they slide off the road, because they're specifically designed for it. See here behind the rear tires, it comes through with like a beaver tail. Guys, that is your push plate. You simply come up behind the truck and push it back onto the road. with a bulldozer or a loader, and off they go again. Now this is a 4-module screening plant, guys. Every module works on exactly the same principle. The bauxite comes to the top there. It falls down one of the chutes. It doesn't matter which chute it falls down at the bottom of the chute. See, it looks like a 45-degree sluice box that comes off to the side there. Now as the bauxite pebbles roll down this chute here, at the end of the chute it falls down the sluice, it falls down the chute onto those big horizontal shaker tables there. They are just big sieves as well that vibrate up and down, shaking out the last little bit of fines out of the pebbles, and finally your pebbles migrate onto your P1 conveyor there.
Just come down to Mission River underneath this bridge, put the boat in, do a bit of crabbing, hopefully catch a few fish. Little bream I just caught on a prawn. And John's got one. What's that? Have a look at the size of this thing. It's huge. This fella likes to smile for the camera. Oh my god, the size of those claws. He's the biggest mud crab I've ever caught. This is the size of the second mud crab that we got. Bigger than the first one. Another amazing sunset about to happen.
I know what's done is done.
Weipa Rodeo's doing a chicken coop bingo to raise money for the Royal Flying Doctors. So you get a ticket, wait for the chicken to cook. And if you've got the number, you're a winner. Pretty cool idea. We're at Weipa Airport for a quick flight home. This is a new thing they have now, a direct flight from Weipa into Brisbane. Most of them are the miners that work here, but it saves nearly a whole day not having to do a stopover in Cairns. Here we go for round 2. That first plane had a busted ass, so now we're going on this one to get to Brisbane. We've missed our connecting flight, so we'll just stay in Brisbane tonight and fly out in the morning to Sydney. Fingers crossed this one makes it. Sydney to Parks on this little fella. Nearly home. Just about to land in Parks. And we've got about a half an hour drive to Forbes. Oh, another half an hour drive later from Parks to Forbes, pick up Emmy. So we've got some wheels to drive around. We're home again. Just letting you know what the quick trip home was for. My mother lost her battle and fight with cancer, so we're home for her funeral. I made these 2 wreaths for her and had the pleasure of doing the big casket cover for her as well. Yeah, we'll be back in Queensland soon. Oh, thanks guys, you're still with us and watched the whole episode. See you next week. Who'd know where we'll be? Live well, love hard. Bye for now.